Hello friends, it's Scott from Platte River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. Check in with you once a week to update you on my keto progress and try to check in with you at least one other time during the week. Usually to share something that I've discovered about the ketogenic lifestyle, but occasionally to share a little something that I've discovered about this journey that we call life. Today is Saturday, which means that it's a regular check-in day for me. And today, you might be able to tell by the background, I am not in my regular recording studio. The reason for that is that we are on a trip. If you guys watched my last video, you know that my last video actually talked about preparing for a trip, being on vacation, things that you can do to be successful when you're on a trip. But we're actually on that trip. We're in Utah right now. We are in Utah until Wednesday, and Wednesday we're driving up to Star Valley Ranch, Wyoming, and I'm going to spend the back half of the week there, and then we're driving home on Sunday. But yeah, so we're in Utah today. Got up this morning and got a really awesome hike in. I've shared some short videos on my channel. If you'd like to see some of what we did on the hike today, you can check those out. But yeah, having a great trip. But I wanted to check in with you guys, let you know how things are going for me. And I did do a check-in on my relationship with Earth's gravity. I did check yesterday morning, and I was down a pound. So I was 338.8 last week, 337.8 yesterday. You guys know that I check in with my relationship with Earth's gravity on Saturdays. So I did actually check today. But as I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago when I was actually staying at my parents' place in Omaha, I checked it today, but it's a different scale in a different house in a different place. So I was 338.8 last week, 337.8 yesterday, 334.9 was the weight that I checked today, which is great. But the long story short, as I've mentioned to you guys, not so concerned about the exact number. I just want to see the trend going in the right direction. So it definitely is. Things have been going well for me. That doesn't surprise me. So I check in with you guys on my goals, how that's going. I have been doing a really good job of staying away from keto snacking. I've been focusing on my keto, 2 keto meals a day, sometimes 1 meal a day. Kind of depends on how the day goes. But I've been doing really well with that. Staying focused on meat and low carb vegetables and not really doing much else. I will say that we have got some family events for my wife's family. There's a get together tonight, and the food that's on the menu is not super friendly to me, so I'm probably going to try to eat something before we go. And we also my wife did make a keto treat, which I'm going to have some of, but I'm going to try to limit myself. As I mentioned to you guys, you know how much of a problem that can be for me. So I'm going to try to limit myself tonight, and like I said, I might even eat something before we go. The other thing I've thought about is actually making up a keto chow shake and bringing that with me so that I can have that just in case I'm wanting something. I think that the menu tonight is sandwiches, so obviously I can have the inside or the middle of the sandwich. But depending on how much is there, the one thing that I struggle with when it comes to that is it depends on how much meat that they've purchased. A lot of times they have it where you can put your own sandwich together. They might have bought a big sandwich where you're each taking a piece, and I try not to be, what would you say, taking more than my fair share. If there's a lot there, if there's a lot of meat and cheese, I feel happy, making myself a kind of a stack of meat and cheese and just having that. But if there's not a whole lot, that's where it can be kind of a struggle for me. And my wife and I have actually already talked about that today. So, like I said, I might eat something, a little something before we go, and then having a keto chow with me to make sure that I keep on track. I know that on Wednesday, guys, I shared a video with you on how what I do to make sure that I'm successful on trips like this, and that so that I could stay on track. And one of those things that I said is that proper planning prevents poor performance, and that is what I'm doing. You have to think a little bit about how to be successful. We also went out today for lunch. We went out to Cafe Rio here in Utah, which is kind of a fast food, not fast food, like semi-fast food Mexican place. And they did have some good options for me, but I had to think ahead, before we got there about what I was going to have so that I could make sure that I didn't have the rice and beans and some of the other stuff that I don't need. But thinking about that ahead of time helps me to be successful, because I don't get somewhere like this get-together that we're having tonight with my wife's family and go, oh shoot, they have, the inside of sandwiches and they just made enough for each person to kind of have one, and oh gosh, what am I going to do? Thinking about it ahead of time is allowing me to be more successful. And the other thing I like to do really is give myself options. Like I said, I'm going to eat maybe a little bit ahead of time. I'm going to have a keto chow with me. We have a keto snack that we're bringing, so that I know that I'm going to have a few things there that I can eat. But nutrition's been going really well for me overall this week. Did really well traveling yesterday, and so yeah, hooray for that. As far as exercise goes, things have also been going really well. Been getting in my morning rucks with my dogs. I decided to stick with 30 pounds, as I mentioned to you guys, I think in my update last week. I'm having a bit of like tightness, I guess I would just say, on the back of my knee, kind of upper lower part of my hamstring, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't feel like I pulled a muscle, but just kind of erring on the side of caution. I'm not going any heavier on my weight for rucking with my dogs. As you guys know, like I said, I'm on a trip this week, so I am going to do some rucking. I did not ruck this morning. Liz and I went for a hike up in the mountains. I already mentioned that. You guys can see the short videos of the waterfall that we got to see. It was really cool. Did not take the 30 pounds with me because, first of all, we're at 8,000 feet, almost 9,000 feet by the end of the hike today. And of course, I don't live anywhere near that in Nebraska. And the other thing is that most of my rucking is done on pretty level, fairly level areas. And so I knew that we were going to be hiking up a mountain today. And so I wanted to make sure that I could be successful with that and did not take 30 pounds of weight along with me. I did take 4 bottles of water, so that wasn't nothing. Took 4 bottles of water and some electrolytes. But that was it. So I didn't actually ruck today. I actually hiked today. Hiking up and down a mountain was pretty cool. Liz and I hiked for about 2.5 hours. It was about 2.5 miles, about 1.25 miles up and 1.25 miles back. Got to see a really cool waterfall. That was really great. It's one of the great things about this time of year, and that was one of the things I wanted to mention to you. Just a thought is that, you know, as we're doing some of these things during the summer vacations, the weather is nice, able to get outside. It's a real opportunity to get movement in that doesn't feel like exercise. Sometimes exercise can have kind of a negative connotation to it. Oh, I have to go do my exercise. First of all, I think it shouldn't, because exercise is a thing that can be really helpful for you. Not only, you know, and probably not mostly trying to lose weight, but toning up your body. But I think it helps me mentally, helps with those endorphins. But this time of year is an opportunity for us to get exercise in a way that doesn't feel like exercise. Going out hiking this morning, I didn't think, oh, I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in today. My wife and I went out on a hike and got to see some beautiful views. And it was so great. Being in the mountains was awesome. We got to smell that scent of pine was awesome. And the views were beautiful. We got to see a waterfall, rushing river, just a wonderful, wonderful, great day. Got a lot of steps in, but it didn't feel like exercise. And that's kind of, I guess, what I'm saying is this time of year, you know, whether you're going to a beach and you have a chance to walk along the beach in the morning, or whether you're going to somewhere that has a mountain and you can do some hiking, there are just a lot of opportunities this time of year to get exercise in that doesn't feel like traditional exercise. But long story short, exercise has been going really well for me. I've been sticking with my DDPY program. I brought my yoga mat with me, so I'm going to keep doing those while we're here on this trip. And I will continue rucking this week. All the other days of this week, I'll be rucking just around the neighborhood where my father-in-law lives. Or I should say the first half of the week. The back half of the week, I'll be rucking up in Strawberry Ranch, Wyoming. So yeah, that should be fun. But I'm going to continue doing that. Obviously, don't have the dogs with me as they're being taken care of by some friends of ours back home. But I am going to plan on doing that every day still, and I'll keep going with my DDPY. So yeah, everything's going really, really well. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling like I'm fitting into some clothes better. I did actually have a really cool non-scale victory, and that was I had a couple of pairs of shorts, like khaki shorts, that fit last summer, but did not fit back in April when I tried them on. And I was like, oh, shoot, am I going to have to buy a bigger size? And I just said, you know, I'm going to get back to doing, obviously, what I've been doing for the last few months, a couple of months, and then see where I'm at. And I went to try the shorts on yesterday, well, day before yesterday, as I was getting ready to pack. And hooray, they fit. And so that was really exciting. That was a great non-scale victory for me. Obviously, the scale is headed in the right direction, which is great. But it was nice to have that non-scale victory and have those shorts that fit again. So hooray for that. But yeah, overall, I'm doing really, really well. Really loving where I'm at. I have a really good routine. Everything that I'm doing is taking me in the right direction right now. Obviously, this is a lower stress time of year for me at work, which is good, and it helps me to develop those good habits. And not headed around to busy season anytime soon, but you know, it is something that's on my mind. Excuse me, it's on my mind quite often because I know that is when that comes. I want to be more prepared this year than I was last year, and so I've thought a lot about little things that I can do to help me with my evening routine. I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago, but my evening routine now can include stretching every day. That's a great way to end my day and to wind down. I'm not having a whole lot of stress right now, but it is a really good way to just kind of cool down at the end of a day and get ready to get some good sleep. So, but yeah, things are going great for me. I am not really going to change anything this week. I am going to be very cognizant of the things that are going on. I mentioned to you guys, going to the activity with my wife's family tonight. Just being prepared all week is really the theme for me this week. Continuing to do the same things with my exercise, with my nutrition, but really just being prepared and thinking ahead about possible things that might come up, and having my emergency food prepared. I talked about that in my video on Wednesday, but just having something so that I can make sure that I stay successful and that I don't go off track because I wasn't prepared. So yeah, hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Hope that you are moving forward with your goals. I know like I said, this is vacation season for a lot of us. A lot of us are going on trips and doing things different than what we normally do. If you want to check out my video from Wednesday, please do. If you haven't done so already, feel free to throw into the comments of that video what it is that you do to make sure that you're successful when you're on a trip, or you can throw that into the comments of this video too. But I want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you. I did do a quick post today on my Facebook page, but I'll share it here with you. I am at 700 subscribers, which is really cool. I never, ever, ever thought that would happen, that 700 of you would care enough about what I'm saying on my health journey to be a part of my channel and my journey, but I'm so thankful that you are. You guys mean the world to me, and I really feel the support from all of you. Being on this journey and having this channel the last couple of years has really helped to keep me accountable and helped me to be successful on my own journey. And so if anything that I've said to you has helped you be successful on your journey, I am so grateful for that. But yeah, I just can't say thank you enough. I guess I don't even know how to put it into words, but thank you for being a part of my channel and for being along for the ride, like I always like to say, on my keto journey. But have a fantastic week, everyone. I'm sure I'll check in with you a few other times. Definitely going to try to get short videos into you every day. Might be a little different than what you're used to seeing, because I'm going to be hopefully out doing some more hiking this week. Might be doing some hiking up in Wyoming and having some get-togethers with family and friends. But yeah, day by day, keep calm and keto on, my friends, and we'll check in with you again soon.